Disrespect needs to stop on this Boston Celtics team as it keeps getting worse. As Sam Hauser is now being critiqued by another NBA player in Austin Reaves, as he said in a golf match that he could beat him one on one. And this is just absolutely insane. So we're going to dive in looking at this report, looking at Sam Hauser's stats compared to Austin Reaves, and kind of diving in why Sam Hauser is still a top tier player in the NBA, even if he's not an NBA starter. All of that and more on this episode of Celtics Digest. I'm Bruce Velez. You guys have been absolutely fantastic, showing your love and so much support on the channel. So we really do appreciate all the love you guys have been showing us on Celtics Digest. So if you do enjoy the content, make sure to keep showing that love. Without further ado, let's dive into the topic at hand. Make sure to grab a snack. And like I mentioned in the introduction, we're going to be going over some Sam Hauser disrespect, as this is just absolutely egregious to see on our media fronts today. So let's dive in, let's look at this, and let's get into it. So this article is courtesy of Gio Rivera, courtesy of Nesson, where he broke down Lakers guard considers Celtics role player weakest link in NBA. So let's go into it. So he was discussed and asked about who he would like to play one-on-one in the NBA when he was in a golfing match this weekend. And he said that he'd play Sam Hauser, Reeves said on a YouTube vlog. NBA champion, by the way. Congrats, he can shoot it. Reeves added, I'll play anybody one-on-one. I'm not saying I'll win, but I'll play. Obviously, Reeves being very confident in himself, and a direct backhanded compliment, an inadvertent dig. Regardless, Reeves highlighting Hauser as the player of the roughly 450 current listed on an NBA roster, suggests that the part-time golfer and full-time LeBron James third-string sidekick views Boston sharpshooter as a free lunch, easy meal target. Hauser is recognized as a one-dimensional player primarily because the 26-year-old utilizes the three-point line for offense more than any other area of the floor, knocking down 42% of his shots from beyond the arc on a career high 5.9 attempts this season. Defensively, though, Hauser gets targeted routinely by opponents with forced one-on-one situations aimed at attacking the 6'7" forward, where he does fantastic on those defensive assignments. Celtics president of basketball operations in Brad Stevens, on the other hand, valued Hauser enough to sign the undrafted Virginia project to a 4-year, $45 million contract extension. $45 million contract off-season extension this off-season, rather than allowing Hauser to test the free agency market. Coming off a career best campaign in which he averaged 7 points and 3.5 rebounds and 22 minutes off the bench for Boston, Hauser is poised to be a key role player once again for Boston in 2024 and 2025. And this article really was fantastically done by Gio Rivera. One, say fantastic job. But yeah, Austin Reaves calling out of all people in the NBA, Sam Hauser, a player that I think he similarly kind of matches up to in, comparisons wise. So I understand why he chose and picked him. But like I said, out of all the players you could have chosen in the league, you went out and chose Sam Hauser, like the article said. Seems like he went out and chose some free lunch according to his mind and who he thinks he could beat. But in my mind, that's just absolutely ridiculous. Sam Hauser, once again, yes, he's a bench player. He's on a Celtics championship squad. But let's not forget that Sam Hauser is a really great quality NBA player. We're going to dive in and look at his stats proving that. So let's look at this. First, let's dive in and let's look at Sam Hauser's stats on the season this year. Like we mentioned, 9 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, 1 assist on 0.3 blocks, 0.5 steals on 45% shooting from the field, and 42% shooting from three-point range. At 26 years old and 6'8", Sam Hauser has shown himself through this Celtics lens to be a hard worker, coming through the G League, undrafted through Virginia, found his way onto the main Celtics, then found his way to the regular Celtics and earned himself a legitimate roster spot last season and into this year. This season, specifically, he realistically earned that roster spot, getting key rotational minutes, with even getting his career high in 30 points versus the versus the Wizards this season. Sam Hauser has done an absolute fantastic job with this Boston Celtics team. And if he were on another team, maybe not even the Celtics, but maybe like a Nets or maybe a Hawks or even just a random team in the NBA, I guarantee you this man could average 10 to 15 points and put up the same numbers that Austin Reaves is putting up if he wasn't on a championship Boston Celtics squad. But once again, Brad Stevens finding those diamonds in the rough. He makes sure to keep them. He makes sure to instill them and grow them into the Celtics culture that they need to represent, and they go out and do so. Now, when looking at another player and talking about Austin Reaves, we can look at his stats. Now, Austin did average some more numbers, obviously 16 points higher than what Sam's averaging, 4.3 rebounds, 5.5 assists on better shooting numbers. But Austin is also, like I said, a starter in the NBA. He is guaranteed more minutes, more playing time, and he is paid to be like that. He is the third star, if you want to say star, in LA alongside Anthony Davis and LeBron James. Him and D'Angelo Russell are that extra point. Sam Hauser is not. Sam Hauser is maybe the seventh or eighth best player on this team, which is absolutely crazy to see. So to hear a guy that is seventh or eighth best on this team making $45 million and still putting up fantastic stats, those are things that you love to see out of a guy in Sam Hauser and why I believe he is a top tier player in the NBA. Now, let me know what you guys think down below. I think it's ridiculous that Austin Reaves was calling out Sam Hauser. But let's get into the next part where we're going to be going over why this is not tolerated because this is just absolutely ridiculous. Come on, let's dive into the stats. Let's peel them back, ladies and gentlemen. So we all know stats. We just showed you them. You can see on averages, Austin Reaves is a better player than Sam Hauser. But let's dive a little bit deeper. Let's look at those advanced statistics, ladies and gentlemen, and let's do a little bit of a comparison between these two players. So as you can see, we have a comparison of Sam Hauser on the left and Austin Reaves on the right. And this is their offensive advanced statistics. And as you can see, Austin Reaves might look a little bit better on that offensive side, having a better crafted offensive PM where he has some better stats, but where Sam Hauser's are a little bit more less variant. But let's look at those defensive stats, ladies and gentlemen, and let's compare and see who's the better defender. Oh, it's not Austin Reaves, ladies and gentlemen. It is Sam Hauser. Sam Hauser has a fantastic rim defense and rim frequency, also excels on those defensive rebounds for this team and provides to be a better defender than Austin Reaves, which let's not forget that the NBA is a two-way game. When looking at their stats as well compared through the season, you guys can see that they're pretty mirror match of each other. And I think that if Austin Reaves were to play on this Boston Celtics team in that Sam Hauser role, he'd have a very similar role as Sam Hauser does with this Boston Celtics team, and vice versa. If you put Sam Hauser on that Lakers team, he is going to have a bigger role, courtesy some of the like of Austin Reaves. It would be a better three-point shooter, would be more a consistent defender. And let's not forget to talk about that defense. Like I said, Sam Hauser really showing off those stats on the defensive side right here compared to Austin Reaves. And in the playoffs and throughout the regular season, he was a fantastic defender at the rim. The article, like Gio was saying, players used to attack him routinely, forcing him on one-on-one situations. But Sam Hauser would not stray away as he would stay locked down to that guy, push him back to that three-point line and not let him get to the rack. If he was trying to get to the rack, Sam Hauser was there, two hands up, staying with him and not giving up those opportunities. And that's what we love to see out of these hard-nosed defenders and players on this team. Like I said, it just keeps getting worse for these Boston Celtics as they've heard all the criticism this entire offseason. Leading up to this year, it was could they win a championship together? Then they win a championship together. Now it's, oh, can Jayson Tatum be the best player on a team? Is Jaylen Brown better than him? Jaylen Brown was snubbed from the Olympic team. He's not that good. Jayson Tatum didn't get that playing time. He's not that good. It is all going to quiet down. Like we know, training camp for Media Day starts tomorrow for the Boston Celtics. It is for two teams, the Celtics and the Nuggets, as they gear up for preseason starting in Abu Dhabi in a couple weeks away. We'll have all coverage leading up to that and coverage for Media Day tomorrow for all you guys here on Celtics Digest. So make sure to stay tuned. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button as we try to get to 6,000 subscribers before the start of the season. You want to make sure you stay up to date on everything regarding this team, especially those little small tidbits and everything diving into Media tomorrow on YouTube. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. You know what to do to stay tuned and up to date on everything. Like I said, all the news will be coming out. The live streams will be starting up back soon. Celtics basketball is inching closer and closer. We are less than a month away from start of the regular season, and I cannot wait. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. How do you guys feel about this video, about the Celtics, Sam Hauser, Austin Reaves, everything around this Celtics team? I really do appreciate it. Once again, have a great rest of your day and go Boston Celtics.